Anyway, so I would like to introduce Keith Brown. Most of you remember he was our student body president. And huh? Okay. Yeah.
How's everybody doing? It's too quiet in here. It's too reserved. This is the class of 71. We burned buildings. We protested the war. We won our situation, and we made Fort Dodge Senior High School a damn good school because we stood up for ourselves. We're the only class that had three principals. The first one, he was a nice guy, Seidel. The second one was Dr. Lawrence, which a lot of you call him that. We preferred Skunk because of that white stripe. I had a problem. I ran into a problem with Dr. Lawrence on the way to graduation. He decided that every turn that I went to was not the right one to do, whether it was long hair, whether it was wearing an armband or protesting the war. He would ask me to take 3 days and go home. I would do that. I did it to the point that I thought, I want to try to do something about this, so I'm going to run for student body president. I won by a lot. During the course of that summer, my parents moved from Fort Dodge to a tiny town in northwest Iowa called Everly, Iowa. My dad had moved me from Omaha to Fort Dodge. I wasn't going from Fort Dodge to Everly, Iowa. And he knew that too. He knew I was in a band. He knew it was important to me. He knew that I was student president. So he figured out to make my older brother my legal guardian. We would get an apartment and I would finish my senior year in high school. We did that. Mr. Bargman came in for that senior year. And the first day of school, you would go to school and you would get your class assignments from the office. I went in there and there was no class assignment for me. And the office lady said, you have to talk to Mr. Bargman. So I really liked and respected Mr. Bargman. He came out and he says, I don't know what's going on, but you have to go down to the school district and you've got to work this out with them. Okay, I didn't know what was going on. So I went down there and I'll be polite. I went into the superintendent's office and the president of the school board. And the superintendent really didn't say anything, but the president of the school board said, I don't like you, and I don't want you in my school, and I don't want you dating girls that are in the school, and I don't like that jungle rock and roll music that your band plays. And you're not going back to school. So I went home, I got to remove this curriculum, and I hired an ACLU attorney because that's all I could afford. He was horrible, but he was a nice guy. We sued the school district, and they found a technicality, since I was living with my brother, that I had to pay tuition for the school. That's what the lawsuit was about. I lost the lawsuit. So the next day, that might be Dr. Lawrence calling me. You can say FU to him right now. So let's see, where was I? Oh, so I went home and I went into school. The lawsuit took a couple weeks. I was not allowed in school. I lost it. Tell them I'll take a message and call back. I lost the lawsuit and I quit school. I went in and I quit school. And I thought that's it. It's been fun. I resigned as student body president. Greg Fallon took over, and Fallon probably should have been president all along. He's such a nice guy. But because of some teachers who banded together and said, you cannot do this to this kid, you can't try to pound the life out of him. We worked out a situation where I paid $1,000 to go to school my senior year. I would write a check the first of each month for 10 months for $100. And I graduated. And, that was a big deal. Now, but there's a happy ending here, because I did resign, but there's this guy now who makes these pillows, and he made a prediction that on August 13th and 14th, the president was going to be reinstated to his proper position. I'm here! Can I have